Hello, my name's Randy and my amateur radio call sign is K7AGE. Today's video, I am going to assemble my Elecraft KX3. This is a portable HF radio and it is a no solder kit. So all the boards have all been built and tested and aligned at the Elecraft factory. My job is to do the final assembly. There are lots of YouTube videos posted from other hams who have assembled their KX3s. I'm not going to cover all the steps. You can find several other videos on YouTube which show that. I'm going to show the overview and kind of the highlights of putting the radio together. Okay, I have the box here. Everything's in the box. So let's do a quick unboxing here and see what all the pieces are. I'm just going to poke it over to the side here. And what do we got here? Oh, this is the antenna tuner option that plugs inside. Got that. They supply a USB serial cable adapter, so they know what everybody's serial cable business is all about. This is the roofing filter option. It's a little circuit board. Goes in. What's this? This is the microphone. A little microphone option for it from Elecraft. In the box, I don't need that anymore. The invoice. Oh boy. The important thing on here is the serial number. Number 1601. Here's another cardboard box. And what do we have here? It says KX3 control panel bezel. Something in an anti-static bag. The front control panel. I'm just going to leave these things wrapped up for now. Another, this is the RF board assembly. We have the kit assembly manual. And imagine this is the owner's manual. So this is probably the one we have to deal with first. Put this aside. There's another box in here. Some stuff. Here's the final assembly. The final power amp. It's this thing with a heat sink and a fan here. Looks like something to get from AMD. I don't understand that. I guess it kind of goes with that is this fan. I'm not sure how this fits in that little itty bitty case. I guess all will become clear. Here's another box. And I don't know what we're going to do with this thing. You know, I heard there's a lot of computer processing in there, but I don't know what that's for. Oh, this is like the clown car box. I get a power cable, which I have to put an end on. It's like a speaker and the battery cases. A bag of rear panel hardware. A bag of control panel hardware, the VFO knob and rubber ring that goes around it, heat shrink wrapped assembly, whatever that is, This assembly packaged by Jacob. Oh, knobs, a set of 4. These looks like the end plates. The front plate, the rear, and I think that's it. So it's time to open up the manual. Oh, what do we got here? A loose piece of paper. The errata sheet. Luckily, there's only one change here. So I'm going to pursue all this for a few minutes and come back. Okay, one of the first pages in the manual, they tell you some of the tools you'll need. A couple Phillips screwdrivers. Nothing fancy here, just to have. Probably your normal assortment of needle nose pliers. Sometimes something a little bit larger, a pair of channel locks can help. And then a few other tools I find are very extremely helpful when assembling a kit. First of all, you probably need an assortment of different hammers in order to make sure the various pieces go together smoothly. Sometimes you have to tighten down a nut, say on a volume control shaft or something, so a nice crescent wrench is handy to have for that. And when you don't want to mess around with manual screwdrivers, the good old electric drill with a screwdriver bit will make assembly of a lot of the screws on the case a lot easier. Inventorying the kit should be done. In the back of the manual is pages that shows all the parts that come with the kit. Assembly. The thing that you really have to be careful of with the Elecraft kits is a lot of the small screws. So what I have done here, I've gotten a tray with a lip on it so they don't fall out. And you know, there's these plastic bags with the screws that come with the Elecraft kit. So I just thought I would dump them all out. To make it easier to find them while I'm doing the assembly. I don't know, some of these are kind of, must be a ground lug or something. I don't understand, but that'll make it easier to help find the screws as I assemble the kit. Something else that Elecraft recommends is to have an anti-static work surface. So like all good hams, we improvise with things. So if you don't have one, you can get some aluminum foil and use that for your anti-static work surface. I really do have a proper anti-static work surface here. Includes a wrist strap I can put on, and if I had 110 volts someplace, I could hook this in and make sure everything's at a common potential. Okay, this step here is one of the first steps with the front panel assembly. There's tape here that's masking the paint, and basically we just need to remove these pieces of tape. So I think I can just push them and peel them off here. You know, sometimes you have to get the right tools out to do this stuff. Okay, at this point I have some of the front panel assembled. I have the board mounted in here along with the speaker down here in the bottom, and the front plastic bezel is installed. Now the next step here is to mount the shaft encoder. So far, so good. Okay, this is a fairly straightforward task. I have the shaft encoder, which will be the front knob on the radio. And what we have to do is in this position, like it shows here in the instructions. We just drop this down and install this little nut on the top. There it goes. And finger tighten it. Now I get to use my little wrench here to tighten it up. Ugh, this thing's a little heavy. I'll lay the end down here on the workbench and tighten it up. Not too much. Okay, I've just finished putting the left-hand end plate on the radio. It has a bunch of connectors here. And now I'm about ready to do the same with the right-hand panel. This one, I don't know what those are for. Well, probably the coax. And get the little 440, is it 440 screw? Yeah. Get that started here. And get the old trusty motorized screwdriver out. Okay, now I'm ready to mount the knob. I've got the rubber ring for the knob that goes around it. And the knob itself, packaged by Jacob, thank you. And this uses, yeah, it has Allen screws in there. So this is the Allen wrench. And this was packaged by Austin, thank you. And we have a felt washer here. So basically what we're going to do is put the felt washer, yeah, grunge on there. That goes over there. And see, does this fit? Yeah. So basically we just slide this down on here and you set the depth for the feel you want. So I'm just going to bring it up just a hair. And you can always change this later. There. Yeah, that'll be the $1 million feel. And then we got the tire here. And the top has a slight bevel to it, so it just slides down over there. And there we go. Okay, the next step is to install the knobs, the other 4 knobs. A little bag here with 4 knobs, again packaged by Jacob. And these are just push on. These are D-shaped knobs, so get back here. So you just line up the D with the shaft and just push it in. Oh. Okay, I'm finished with the front panel assembly. So here it is, got all the knobs. Have both end plates installed. Speaker installed in the bottom here. And just installed this battery shield piece of board in this little stick-on piece here. And now, onto the back cover. In the manual here lists all the rear panel hardware, all the different various screws, nuts, lock washers, and such. And so I've decided that I'm going to spend a couple minutes here doing the inventory. I have dumped out the bag. It says rear panel bag. And because when I assembled the front, I needed to go into the spares bag and get a couple lock washers. So I'm going to spend the time to double check to make sure I have everything and kind of get it organized on my tray here. Okay, it's just a couple minutes later and I've gone through the list and I do have all the screws and hardware that was packaged by Jacob. Okay, one of the first things we need to do with the back panel is they have tape where they've masked when they painted it. So need to remove that tape. So sometimes you can just, this where you can see it, sometimes you can just scrape it up, pull it up with your fingernail. Sometimes it just helps to X-Acto knife and get under it. There we go. And pull it up. There you can see the spot that it exposed. So I have a few places to do that, and then we go on to the next step. Okay, the next step here, they want me to mount, this is a heat sink, and it mounts on the bottom of the radio here. But man, that looks pretty puny. In my junk over here, I've got this, and you know, I'm wondering if I kind of drill and tap this, if I can mount this on the bottom and be able to run more power through it here. I don't know. Well, maybe for right now, I'll put this one on and deal with that later. Sometimes it really helps to just double check the screws and get your ruler out and, you know, hold still to make sure that's really a 1/4 inch long, which it is. Oops, got 2 of them here, don't want to lose that. And you know, just kind of get that lined up. Well, you know, sometimes you just got to get the, oh, here's a big step for Elecraft owners, putting their serial number on. Comes a little packet here. Sub-assembly pack by Austin, thank you. And here's the number, 1601. I've just finished installing all these standoffs in the bottom of the bottom cover here. They're a combination of 440 and the 256 size, so they're pretty small. And the next step here is to install the RF board, but man, I don't see how this thing's going to fit. Did they send me the wrong thing? I found it. It was in the bottom of the box. Boy, there's a lot of stuff on here. Lots of toroids on this end. Must be all the output filters. And boy, this side is just loaded with parts. I've just mounted the BNC into the end plate here. Now there's a little black plug here, which doesn't want to go in very easily. You just got to get out the persuaders. You know, the battery holders are a little finicky to get in there, get the cables around the socket, this header here, and different lengths of screws. So I thought I would just take the hot glue gun and just put a big smear on the back of each one of these. Okay, I've progressed a few steps here. Pointer here. I have the antenna tuner installed, the cable going out to the BNC. I have the roofing filter installed. It's a little board, stands vertically on this end. I've connected the flex cable between the rear panel RF board to the front panel control board with this flex cable here, and the battery cable also connects over to the front board. Okay, it says I can install the batteries now. It uses penlight batteries, so let me get a few batteries out here to make sure I have enough. I got it all packed all together. Wow, here it is. Got it all folded up, wasn't too bad. Last step is go on to the operator's manual. I think I've done it. Okay, I'm looking in the owner's manual here, and just talks about operating position. I have it tilted up, headphones and speakers, computer port, just kind of explaining things a little bit. The front panel and all the knobs and things in the display. Basic operation, getting started. Turning the K3 on and off. So we hold the band, it shows here on the side, the band and the antenna tuner buttons down simultaneously. Here it goes. Band and antenna tuner down simultaneously for about 2 seconds. There we go. Whoa, look at that. Makes noise. Okay, so let's hook up an antenna here. Have a coax running back to the shack. Hold these two buttons down. Turns on. And it's in CW mode, so let's go to lower sideband.
Roger, roger. Thank you very much for it. Okay, folks, this is November 7, Kilo Foxtrot Lima. Relay for FarmNet Net Control, looking for FarmNet late Mr. Visitors to the FarmNet. You got a call sign suffix Alpha through Zulu, Alpha through Zulu, Alpha through Zulu. Please call me now.
Kilowatt 7 Alpha Golf Echo.
Say again, Kilo 7, give me your suffix.
Yeah, Kilowatt 7 Alpha Golf Echo. Alpha Golf Echo.
I'm having a hard time with that one, Andy.
Okay, Ford, that was Kilo 7, Alpha Golf Echo. Alpha Golf Echo, what's the name in QTH?
The name is Randy. The name is Randy, and the QTH is Grass Valley. Grass Valley, just visiting tonight, just checking into your group here for a radio check. Go ahead.
Hey, fine business, Randy. Welcome to the FarmNet, and thank you for checking in from Death Valley. Boy, howdy. How does it feel to be 200 feet below sea level there, over?
Oh, sorry, it's the wrong valley. Grass Valley. Grass Valley between Sacramento and Lake Tahoe. You're my first contact on my KX3 here that I just built today. Go ahead.
Grass Valley, we got you, Randy. Thank you very much for checking into the FarmNet. We meet daily on 3937 and 0200 UTC. Check in 5 times with us in a 30-day period. We'll put you on the payroll, and all we ask is that you check in 5 times in a calendar month after that. So Randy and Grass Valley, thank you very much for checking into the FarmNet.
Okay, thank you very much. You're my first contact on my KX3 kit I built today. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, boy, howdy. Congratulations, Randy. How do you like that rig?
Well, you're the first QSO, so I'm just putting it together. I just got it done a few minutes ago and stumbled across the real strong signals from you guys tonight.
Well, fine business. That kit's doing just fine for you. Good rig, too, by the way. And enjoy it. Hope you check into the FarmNet again, Randy, and thank you very much. Okay, folks, we're looking for late Mr.
Hey, it works! It works! It works!
Alpha through Zulu. Please call me now.
Well, that was my QSO from last night, my first QSO with the KX3 on 75 meters. It's now the next morning. I've dug out the power cord that came with the KX3, and I've mounted on there a power pole connector. And so that'll allow me to power the radio externally and get more power out of the radio that way than what you can with just the pen lights inside. I bought this power pack off of eBay. It's a Rectonium vapor power source, which is good for unlimited amount of power. You don't want to shake it up too much. Here's a video of what's going on inside this. When I power the KX3 with this, I will have power probably in the gigawatt level. So let me plug it in the side of the radio here. And I did check polarity. I do have the white stripe wire as the positive, red. Have it on the Rectonium vapor power source here. I press the 2 buttons.